Media at SAFM with Ashraf Gardner.
Okay, let's last thing we're going to chat about. Well, Lovemore Mushayan Yama is going to talk about it, the CEO of the Marketing Association of South Africa. Lovemore, good morning. Thanks for your time.
Good morning, Ashraf. Good morning to listeners.
Okay, something of significance in your industry. What's happened?
I'm very fortunate to have joined Marketing Association at a time when really significant news just came out that Marketing Association is the first of its kind to be recognized as a professional body for marketing. And that was a very, very huge milestone indeed.
Now this is, so you say recognized by what, the qualifications authority, right, the standards?
Yes.
Because up to now, we've always had this debate that marketers seem to sort of just really no authorized body that decides that that's a marketer or not. True?
Well, yes, a marketer will always be a marketer, but what has actually happened is that the recognition by SAQA, or South African Qualification Authority, is the first of its kind, as I've said, and it elevates the role of MASA within the marketing industry. And what it also does, it brings us very close to the statutory recognition and gives MASA recognition at the national level, which means when you take up any of the professional designations like your chartered marketer with MASA and marketing practitioner, you are now able to benchmark those designations with like-minded designations, and that's really, really exciting, and it ensures that the quality of what comes of it is actually guaranteed.
Are we talking, when we say marketing, are we talking of recognition for marketers who are strategic marketers or creatives, or both?
What is basically marketers is both. It's a very fortunate profession in the sense that it's really all-encompassing, Ashraf.
I want to just go back to the point I made. I mean, I had Musa Kalenga here. I interviewed him a few days ago, in fact, right? And I think he's the youngest chartered marketer in this country ever, so I believe, right? But historically, there's been this sense that the industry of marketing is so broad that some of them have a qualification standard and they meet that benchmark. Others, in terms of things like communications, PR, creativity, they all have their own sort of standards, and it's very difficult to put them all together. So will this change that?
Well, look, people can still do different qualifications, but essentially, maybe I just need to define what the Marketing Association stands for. Mm-hmm. Basically, the Marketing Association is the voice of the marketing industry. It is the statutory voice. It is the marketing portal of marketers. It's there to ensure that it represents marketers in all aspects. But when it comes to the qualifications that you're referring to, it does not mean that because we're now recognized that we now take control of the different elements of aspects of other marketing qualifications that could exist. But what it means is that if you're a professional marketer, like a chartered marketer, it means you now belong to a family that is recognized by a statutory body like SAQA, which is the highest.
And that's important.
And that's extremely important, because what it does instantly, it guarantees the market of what you can offer.
Let's talk about the marketing industry generally, and I'm really targeting people. We've come to the end of the year again, sort of parents listening in, and hopefully their younger ones listening with them and deciding where they're going to go next. And for some people, it's like an obvious industry to get into, but for others, like, no, who wants to get into marketing? I mean, talk to me about the strengths of your industry and why people need to be looking at getting into that industry because it's good for them.
Ashraf, marketing industry, in fact, marketing is a very, very important profession because it is actually arguably the strategic lever of any business. And interesting enough, in today's environment, whether you're a non-for-profit organization, profit-making organization, or even a government sector for that matter, marketing has become imperative. You would have seen, even in government, there's quite a boom in recruitment of marketers. Because generally, it's one of those means and ways of ensuring that you fill the information gap between any organization and its target publics. So it's quite a critical element. So even if you're an entrepreneur, you would really have to have a significant appreciation of marketing as a profession in order for you to effectively serve the market. Otherwise, you're going to be a standalone industry that people don't really understand what you offer.
But there's been a sense that generally within within the industry, certainly from a financial point of view, that marketing is not seen as equal to other sort of strategic operations within a business. And there's been a greater call for people to say, hold it, you need to look at marketing as absolutely key and not something to be put on the side, where somebody gives them a budget and say, run with it, and marketing is about having banquets.
Well, of course, I mean, it's one of those areas that are more qualitative than quantitative in terms of assessment of the outputs. I'm referring to the return on investment. So it's one of those debates that are vital, and they should be ongoing, to actually say, how do you measure marketing efforts? So if you're referring to the effectiveness of the utilization of budgets, Ashraf, it's critically important that once the marketer is clearly defined what they would like to achieve in terms of objective and how they would like to achieve it, there are methods of measuring the effectiveness. So most of what you're saying could possibly at this minute be called, maybe it's perceptions more than reality. And I really encourage people to ensure that they are marketers, even if they are accountants.
Indeed. Well, certainly you now have the muscle to do just that, I think, and the qualifications certainly to back it up. Indeed. Let's leave it at that. Maybe we'll talk about other issues around marketing sometime in the future, and I'm sure we will. Lovemore, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, Ashraf, and thank you to your listeners.
It's a pleasure. Lovemore Bushayanyama, the CEO of the Marketing Association of South Africa. Check them out. Very important stuff. Check them out. Very